My name is Kai, I'm 26 years old, and this is a video of me alone in an empty apartment in Tokyo, Japan. Let me take you back a bit. At the end of 2020, I had just finished teaching English for 2 years in Japan. I wanted to stay longer, but at the height of the outbreak, I thought it'd be a good idea to return to Hawaii. Also, I had had enough of being a teacher, and I knew it was time to come home and pursue making videos. And that's exactly what I did. Barely making any money at all, using up all my savings I made as a teacher.
Dude, we're broke!
During that time though, my parents both retired and funny enough, began preparing to move to Japan.
We were actually supposed to overlap, but you know, the whole pandemic thing.
This is when the unexpected happened. My landlord came over one day and said, "You guys can't stay here anymore."
We kind of always knew that this day was gonna come, but still. How do you say goodbye to the place that's been your definition of home for 26 years?
We had to remove everything, even the papaya trees out back. So, given that I couldn't stay in Hawaii anymore,
I started to plan my escape back to Japan.
But in order to get back into Japan, you needed to apply for a visa since they weren't just letting anybody in. So, while I waited for the Japan visa to get approved, I crashed on my brother's couch in San Francisco.
Pretty good plan, right?
Within the first week, all my camera equipment got stolen out of my friend's car.
Yeah, and it sucked. I was an idiot. I left my camera here in the car.
But thanks for Max for starting a GoFundMe and everyone's donations, I was able to replace all my camera equipment.
Also, remember that face because I'm gonna bring him up again. How do you?
With the new camera and free time, I started posting on TikTok and doing a bunch of freelance editing to stay alive. I even had the chance to visit LA for the first time and meet some of my favorite creators. And once I got news that Japan would let me in, it was finally time to return to Hawaii with my whole family to complete the move. Let me just say, moving out of this house was a churning pot of emotions. It felt like a breakup. I've learned that moving on is hard, but you have to close doors if you want to open new ones. You can't just hang out in the hallway your whole life. And it's not every day I have the whole family in one video, so I'll let you watch how it played out.
Hello everyone. What are we doing today?
Where is it?
This is how Kai lives his day-to-day life.
Oh, here it is. Today's moving day, dude.
Okay.
Today's moving day.
Alright, Dad.
From what I hear, today's moving day.
It's really happening. Why am I already crying? So this is the room where I grew up. Not much to it. This is like where all my memories were formed. I might get a little emotional today. Let's just say I cried a lot. But I wasn't the only one. My dad's a softie.
For both of you growing up, this one is significant for you. Because you were conceived in that room. And then we moved you over into this room.
This is where my story starts. This is where my story began. My brother and I used to share this room.
It's so much smaller now than
So my brother and I, we weren't really allowed to play Game Boy that much, like video games. So we would put it in the bathroom closet, in the towel rack, and every time one of us would go to poop, we would play Game Boy for like 40 minutes and get hemorrhoids.
That was you. No. It never happened to me. No. But I guess technically, even though I spent the same amount of time here as you guys, I don't remember like 10 of those years. So
Well, we were here 2 years before.
2 years before.
Yeah, 2 years we kind of broke the house in.
Yeah.
And then you broke whatever wasn't broken.
じゃあそれ嫌じゃないのチャップですまチャップチャップ
チャプチ
I've done this many times, going under here and finding. Anything else you want to talk about?
Like I always knew when Dad was coming home because you could hear his whistling, like all the way out from the gate. And I was just thinking about
Mr.
that.
Dewdrop is home.
Okay, yes, I am a crybaby, but let's move on. We packed up the house into 7 suitcases and hit the skies for Japan. And as expected, not many people were flying with us. We were stuck in quarantine for a bit, but not too bad. Then I stayed at my grandparents for a few weeks in Ishikawa to get settled and entertain my grandmother. Then I came to Tokyo to stay with my cousin Hinako. We're the same age, so at times she feels like a sister to me. The only problem is that when we hang out, people usually assume we're a couple, since we look nothing alike. You guys will definitely be seeing more of her. So now that I have you caught up to speed, you might be wondering, Kai, what made you want to come back to Japan? And the truth is, I don't know. But I do kinda know, if that makes any sense at all. I don't have an exact plan, but I'm working on it. Instead of teaching English this time, I'm pursuing my goals that I was too scared to chase the first time. Freelance editing and content creation on the side. Or was it content creation and freelance editing on the side? We'll figure it out.
So here I am now in Japan, no full-time job, no money, no girl, no friends. Some friends. What would I say after that? Living in a big city for the first time.
And what better time to move than spring? Such a strong symbol for new beginnings. Am I going to survive? I honestly can't give you a sure answer. But if I don't make it now, I don't think I ever will. I'm scared, but the good kind. And if it doesn't give me butterflies, then it ain't worth going after.
Whipping packs, dropping all them bangers, and I'm out here getting racks. She calling on my phone, we don't need to run them pockets. Flying up so high, I'ma hop into my rocket, yeah. Getting rich, we ain't flipping packs.